Coming up this afternoon, court blocks former Chief Justice Torkono's lawyer's attempt to orally withdraw the case challenging her removal process. The court insists the right processes must be followed.
Also, the ZAR utilities. Now, this afternoon, the Accra High Court has ordered lawyers of former Chief Justice Torkono to follow the appropriate procedure in withdrawing the case challenging her removal process. Presiding Judge Justice Eugene Nyadu Nyante blocked efforts by a lawyer for the former CJ to orally withdraw the suit filed on June 23. We know the former Chief Justice Torkono on June 23rd filed a judicial review application asking the High Court to strike out a petition by a group known as Shining Stars of Ghana. Her lawyers argue that the petition was fundamentally flawed, citing that the group was unregistered and the members were anonymous. Olidwa Sare is my colleague in court for us. Let's find out a bit more in terms of the details. Lord, give us a bit more of the background. Yes, I've mentioned bits and pieces of it about she challenging the constitutionality or otherwise of the petition by Shining Stars. Or what more do we know about this particular suit?
Right, Marina. So this was the former Chief Justice Torkono's second attempt at a judicial review application at the High Court after the Human Rights Court dismissed her previous one challenging her removal process. Now, in this particular application, she was seeking the High Court to strike out one of the petitions filed by the Shining Stars group, like you indicated, and then the lawyers were arguing that the group was not registered and they were anonymous. Now, the Attorney General also filed a motion asking the court to throw out her application, arguing that the issues raised in the application fall directly under the proceedings of the Committee of Inquiry, whose hearings were conducted in Accra. So during the virtual hearing today, Deputy Attorney General Dr. Justice Ramsay sought leave of the court to move his motion to strike out the case, asking to get the court to throw out the case, this particular case entirely. But the former CJ's lawyers, led by Akroma Kesi, told the court that he had received instructions to withdraw the case, and so asked the court's permission to withdraw same. Now, the Deputy Attorney General, however, expressed disappointment and noted that the nature of the application requires that the lawyer filed processes and not just show up in court and then do so orally. The presiding judge in the matter, Justice Eugene Nyadu, agreed with the assertions by the Deputy Attorney General and then ordered Akroma Kesi to file the right processes instead of just moving that motion already. And so the case has an agenda indefinitely for him to do so. So what this means is that he's expected to file the processes to withdraw this case at the High Court.
And did we get reasons? Right, Lord. I was asking if we got reasons as to why the decision to withdraw the case, because we know that she was up against Shining Stars' petition, from what we know as the basis upon which the president issued that warrant for her removal as Chief Justice and a Justice of the Supreme Court. It had to do with that petition by Daniel Ofori. And so has there been a reason why she's seeking to have this particular one withdrawn?
Well, the lawyer did not indicate in court as to the reason his client gave for him to withdraw this case against the Shining Stars petition. He just said that he had received the instructions from former Chief Justice Torkono for him to withdraw this case against the Shining Stars.
Right then, Lord, we'll leave it here. Many thanks for those details. That's my colleague, Lord Olidwa Sare, providing details there for us in relation to the latest involving the Chief Justice. And amongst many other things as well, we know that she no longer is the Chief Justice of the Republic, amongst many things, and she is seeking to withdraw one of the many applications she had against Shining Stars, one of the three petitioners who had originally petitioned to the president seeking the removal of the Chief Justice. And I'm sure as and when that process goes through, we'll be on hand to bring you the details.
Legal counsel be president say restore the woman. Do baby edu. Obi say oh president Ukraine you know nanke say o twen so kakra. Na amunamunu mu ah na preku na ye win shishisho.
Yeah, and so.
Yeah, win shishishi.
Okay.
So they tell no because I don't know what refer me na was say near committee ne de beba no. As a president act on it. Enti the committee they say I didn't hear munano. Was it the president shall in each case act in accordance with the recommendations of the committee. That is 1469.
Yeah.
That is a recommendation. They say, Babeno and this what's an officer. On Conco now on Hine Bimra Najo and to Tuntuma. No mechanician say, oh, President Wedia Pacho. May you know. So why you know president of Fumomra?
Yeah.
Yet to be in free office. Any other. That is somebody abadia immediately no I. Not so fair Kufu someone no na a hygienic kakra. Number one, this is the Chief Justice or no any a constitutional mandated chairperson.
Yeah, Charlotte
just say we are independent you just intimate fire and sangano. And a man for true petitions are president forward the maon. I don't know put there. Then to send the president in your Department Council of State. One casa on your own as a sort of determine say asabuna bano e wonjina so tani ade e ma wa wutimi determine e ma wa wo form a committee any ade from what I have read Charlotte say e petition no kra twem no watimi di aba beyi no ho ano kra no o se no odu committee dani mu a obehu ye ewom e ma wo sa magana for one kra through your legal counsel say obi bia obi make comment on the committee's worker eje yibiano ye beche contempt entina Ghana for edin obi entimi nkasa wo unlike this one obi atimi tell including ono ankasa any ade look you are a member of Council of State must swear the oath of allegiance and must swear the oath of secrecy and Council of State is a no. Adiwe SSC Ekwhwem. What free Council of State echi as akwa kodi adanse e de etia Council of State. This woman must resign. Yeah, jeje no so too much. She must resign. And you know what the guitar legal brain. How bet me the abo aban no. What you say?
Yeah.
What tumra? Because the oath of allegiance and the oath of secrecy now was swear as a Council of State member no. Wabuso. Because one team could dear dance here, ain't here, wow, institutional. Oh, yeah, wrong. Number two, there's someone what can ye na. Baku pray the whole case, who has Samra we ya. President Abuso, Etibabe necessary restored. Now, what can say, oh, stated with baby as will be a year, you bet your mama not to back in the Kaika. Really? Jaja, that would be Ginny freedom of feeling 17 in to a fiasco 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, a beer for life. Maybe I go your Ujain. Obi a ko tu banche ya bona ko dem 5 years. Banche o.
Akom.
Se kom se ye den, yesi wa kwa ko wia, eti ye de na kwa ko tum. Na obi afa kwati kwan so afeska wo so ono de ye ma ntua ma embra edinini. What kind of mentality is that? The yesi ya ye be de dia koyedim. Sa wo ko de solidarity. I'm happy o. Obi anso o classmate o broma o. Obi a wo classmate. E tu nu na ko West Regas intidian. Etidian. Chese wa occupy city living to one for one mama metumu a etidian. Nipa na ya de no wan kasa ebra wo di Charlotte say no. Charlotte say onyoba.
Oyoba.
What did ye wono oni woman right and kebe say oh procurement breaches. Say ye kwa koto phone. na kese ko procurement na omoye anam say omudi kan put in a hands omkokoye ratification any ade mo si wa breach law enye say wa wie sika hye do botomu wa breach law wa pamono ya ah na de Ghana ha obi so sin obi ana let you know there ye mfa na say me the president as say what mahwe amasade o ya to hono next time Obia Obabe Chief Justice Biano, obey careful.
Okay.
So because I got an accountant in a year. Look, approve enough for Chief Justice. No. On one can say, more prepare the voucher, a beba, I'm an assume, I'm an approver. As so much as I said, Canada man. Obia du Honoma, or no, they say, or no, you to me, what you approval without the Chief Justice. I don't know, Cressa. Eti wangasa wakwa approve pediem de ama wangasa wukunu oba dedi de kai ka ho na ho abasema nanka esema miyedi nanka working behind the scenes ebia enka omuti asema no mpo ema no resign
yeah
no wa resign I retire on the benefits
yeah
want man yes ade no that now say ECOWAS enje $10 million man. All right,
thank you, Bernard.
Former Chief Justice, Mentiasio.
Emudia hina wontiasi.
Mentiasio. As a judge, you should know. Say, and you may be what. The law is the law. The law is the law, no? It's vested in the Constitution. Constitution is law kese. Law dia okofafi bibiano. Ghana Constitution and ebechre. Na Ghana Constitution after kwan so a say yen yiwundi. President John Dramani Mahama anye bi NTS Amrano. Of Amrano Ediye Juma. In fact, petitions no by no President Edima Council of State. And I would say Omumao.
Copy.
Now Omumao 3 or 7 days.
7 days.
Now only a response. President Kashi Oma copy and now Omumao more days to say a response.
Somehow 10 days now.
Why your response no? Council of State Ashe Omu and Omu who say or response any omuchro no. Quote and quote Omu anya evidence say why ye bibia emfa kwan so. Nti Omu the core president and the president Adema the 5-member committee and a judges. Ye betimi aka say ba law mu a bi wom. The other 3 that are in the majority, no, Bakuye, former Auditor General, say on Shushen and the other 2. Oma Shemu and Oma Yom report. In the course of Omwe Jumano, Wako Court Bako, Mienu, Miensa, and 9 Enum. 5 times and a Wako Court. In all these 5 times, no, court now you were the head of the court, no, has disagreed with you. Naturally, say we were very lucky, but we have a Chief Justice.
Yeah.
Until Ghana Merase, we were very lucky because you have a Chief Justice, the head of the judiciary, who appears not to understand
the law.
And yet, our faith as a nation resided in her. Worst of all, Constitution ne actually say petition ne ba. And a sitting now committee no ekwa court national. Ma obia ente ne ekoso. Only lawyers are ma bon. Matro aka say you want to waive that right. Who told you that the Constitution gave you a right to waive? Because Constitution now say opea obetumi aye in public. Oka said the sitting must be in camera. Enti o lawyer no bia o de na we ni abrenti, you were not thinking right. I can forgive you. But o lawyer no so a oye former attorney general no. Say wa bon. That nyese wa bon wa pro. He is rotten into what lawyer. Say Dabi oh, yeah, backward. We want the thing to be public hearing. Which law are you applying? The law is the law does not support what you are saying. Enti Mwechisa West. They say the committee sittings that are to be in camera. Sir Chief Justice here led our nation and we were just lucky. No, I can't organize a press conference. No, be Jine so. Now I can't send be brave. So I was just thinking, yeah, met me I was in some ever court. Abra and some no envy no. Na Gertrude Torkono no ye Chief Justice. And now ono no ye judge on my matter. Na me metimi akojina media. Na me ka what is happening in the court.
Contempt becho.
Me we are that same judge. Obama man and Omaimo free of charge. Abra sometimes we don't even say things like that. They cage us. Munchetre, Mugabe mu. In addition to that, even radio owners of the station, no, they were charged. And this person who led our judiciary has displayed such gross and crass knowledge of the law is the law. Well, I am in full support. Say unity. But I'm also in total opposition. Say, for Bibia why ye babe yinedino, and no interest her work with the state should not be valued. I hope you get my point.
My 2 points, and I say.
Why Juma? I'm told at the Apex Court for about 28 years.
Yeah.